Lewis now. She's standing outside of the courtroom. Griselda, all eyes on the Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloem this morning. I believe that we saw Gerrie Nel and the team arriving. Just talk us through what's happened during the process of this morning so far.
Take the emotion out of it and make good decisions for the benefit of SA Rugby, so that when the guys sit here getting 4 years' time, we've got smiles on our faces.
With his legal team, as well as just a few seconds ago, just while you were playing that clip, Leanne, we saw Advocate Barry Roux come through with his legal team as well. But certainly questions are being raised this morning about whether this appeal will even sit, whether the Bloemfontein Supreme Court of Appeal does have jurisdiction to hear this matter. Because as I've been saying since this morning, Leanne, the Supreme Court of Appeal generally or ordinarily does not interfere in a guilty finding. You'd know, of course, Oscar Pistorius was found guilty of culpable homicide and not of murder. It also doesn't intervene in findings of fact. You would know that Judge Thokozile Masipa had found that Oscar Pistorius did not intend to shoot and kill a human being or somebody behind that door. Certainly something that the state is going to challenge this morning, as it believes that Oscar Pistorius intended to shoot and kill someone behind that door on that Valentine's Day morning. Just to get a bit more about what the legal proceedings will mean or what will happen in court this morning. Thank you for joining us again. Once again, Inez Bezuidenhout, who's with the University of the Free State's Law Clinic. Let's talk about the powers. What powers exactly, Inez, does the Supreme Court of Appeal have in this matter?
Thank you, Griselda. The Supreme Court of Appeal, of course, has wide discretion in this matter, has wide powers in terms of the Superior Courts Act. The court can confirm the judgment. The court can also amend this judgment or even decide that another judgment would be more fitting in the circumstances. The question to be asked is yet again the legal question, whether this is a legal question to be argued. The state is saying this is a legal question. The defence is saying no, this is a factual case. And as you rightfully said, the court is very hesitant to intervene with a question of fact by a trial court. Now, should the court interfere with the decision and decide that this is indeed a legal question, then of course the question arises, what about the consequences of that? In this case specifically, we have to look at Section 322 of the Criminal Procedure Act, whereas the court can then direct that the case be retrialed. Now, whether that's in the interest of justice, that the court will also have to decide. Both the state and the defence, as I have it, is at idem that it might not be in the interest of justice to have another case, again have him retrialed for a case. You will know that the double jeopardy rule will then come into play. If the court would decide that the conviction be changed to that of murder, then we have to look at the possible sentencing options that the court will have to look at.
That would be very interesting on that point.
Sentencing options, of course, the court can refer the matter back to the trial court for sentencing. The court can also order that more evidence be laid regarding sentencing. We have to remember that if is convicted of murder, then of course the General Law Sentencing Amendment Act comes into play, where a person who's been convicted of murder and a first offender stands trial and or will be able, or the court might impose a sentence of 15 years imprisonment. Of course, unless the court decides that there's substantial and compelling circumstances to deviate from that sentence.
Right. Inez Bezuidenhout, thank you very much for your time. As always, we will be chatting to Inez Bezuidenhout from the University of the Free State's Law Clinic much later, as well as we continue to broadcast here from the Bloemfontein Supreme Court of Appeal, but also outside court this morning. Tukelo Africa, who's standing here next to me. Here's one of the supporters of Oscar Pistorius. The placard that he's carrying here this morning reads, "Hands off Oscar Pistorius. Give Oscar Pistorius a break." Tukelo, thank you very much for your time this morning. You were telling me that you woke up as early as 5 o'clock this morning. You're here to support Oscar Pistorius.
Yes, I woke up early in the morning today just to come support Oscar Pistorius, because we believe that everybody deserves a second chance in life, and people, they do make mistakes. That is why we are here, and we are 100% behind him, because Oscar Pistorius is a champion. He brought medals into South Africa, and he brought so much attention while he was running, and we believe that his criminal record must be cancelled. That's what we are saying.
Are you not concerned, though, for the other side, which is the Steenkamp family? The fact of the matter is that Oscar Pistorius did shoot and kill his girlfriend.
We believe that hence Oscar said that it was unintentional, and then that is the truth. He can't just lie about that. And I also sympathize with the family of the Steenkamp family to say that we are very, 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 very sad and sorry for that particular matter. That is why, but now, even if Oscar Pistorius can take out all of his money and give it to the Steenkamp family, they can, the money can't bring River Steenkamp back. That is what we are. I mean, that is why we are here. So tough luck for that.
But don't you respect the second phase? Because this is but another phase of the legal process where the state says it believes that Oscar Pistorius should not have been found guilty of culpable homicide but murder. The state believes that Oscar Pistorius intended to shoot and kill someone behind that door, but it happened to be River Steenkamp.
That is one thing that we are saying, that we believe that whatever Oscar Pistorius said on his trial is true, and we believe that he can't just lie. That is why that is why we are saying, as South African Prisoners Unemployed Political Party, we are behind every ex-offender or every prisoner that is behind bars at the present moment, just to give them a second chance in life. What is going to happen with his criminal record? So it's going to be difficult for him to go and run once again.
All right. Well, interesting views coming there from what's happening outside the Court of Appeal there in Bloemfontein. That's where Griselda Lewis is covering this story for us. Well, let's take a